are going to be hundreds of billions of dollars more than what was projected to cost. And so this continues to be a reason why the American people are experiencing the economic impacts of high inflation and higher interest rates, so much so that if you look at the impact on the average American, it's resulting in a 6% loss in the value of their assets, or in other words,
cards instead. Now, Treasury started testing that out in the first round of payments a year ago. There's been a lot of concern about some of the fees that unbanked households have to pay to access their money. An analysis by the Brookings Institution found that the costs range from about $8 to as much as $195 for a family of 5. But guys, the challenge with the prepaid cards is that some people thought it was a scam and they didn't activate it right away. So officials say that the real card is a Visa and that the envelope would prominently display.
So folks, we got a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and STI. We have a lot of good news that you need to know about this video and about the fourth stimulus check, so continue watching. You don't want to miss out on this. New information has been released by the Social Security Administration as the cost of living continues to rise. Many economists are pushing for more relief, specifically for seniors and retirees. New plans have also been put forward that provides extra financial help to Americans. Beginning in January, retirees will already see a healthy increase in their monthly Social Security checks. Benefits are increasing by 8.7% based on the cost of living adjustment announced in October, and that's the largest hike since the all-time record of 11%. Senior Citizens League also said in a statement this year that a COLA of 8.7% is a lot. In fact, the COLA has only risen about 7% 5 times since it was introduced in 1975. The 2022 COLA in comparison was only 5.9%. Next year's increase represents the agency's attempt to keep up with ongoing inflation. The adjustment is determined annually by shifts in the Consumer Price Index, which charts year-over-year fluctuations for goods and services. Since 1975, everybody, Social Security benefits have been adjusted automatically each year based on fluctuations in inflation, as determined by the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. The Social Security Administration compares the average CPIW in 3 months of the third quarter of the current year to the same time frame in the year prior. One expert even told CNET News that COLA increase is a valuable feature that keeps retirees from truly being tied to a fixed income when managing expenses. The CPIW was also 8.5% in July and dipped down to 8.3%. And so with 2023 COLA, it's 8.7%. Predictions are fluctuating greatly each year, and the nonpartisan committee responsible for our budget estimated benefits would increase by as much as 10.8%. So in July, the organization's senior policy director predicted that if inflation remained on its current trajectory, the increase would be 11% higher, the highest ever. And by August, Richard Johnson, director of the Retirement Policy Program, told American Rescue Plan that somewhere in the 9% range is probably a reasonable guess. The COLA goes into effect with December benefits, which appear in checks delivered in January 2023. Social Security payments are made on Wednesdays, following a rollout schedule based on the beneficiary's birthday. For people who receive Social Security benefits, there is a letter coming in the mail that you will want to keep an eye out for. The administration is already sending out letters throughout December, regardless of the cost of living adjustment coming in January. You may need it for a number of things, including proof of benefit amount when applying for loans or energy assistance. The letter notifies beneficiaries of their 2023 benefit amount, and if your COLA payment is more or less than you expected, you can make an appeal to the SSA and your COLA letter or COLA e-letter, which will act as a sort of proof of payment.
Mineral mapping and fund crucial facilities and research at the U.S. Geological Survey. Work that will help us find new mineral deposits and develop.
Several of the states shown to have some of the highest rates of delinquency were Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Texas, all by poverty levels above the national average. Median household income is also among the lowest nationally in these states. The child poverty rate in the United States improved dramatically because of expansions of the social safety net during the crisis, but experts are warning that allowing relief measures to expire may reverse these historic gains. And while the crisis cut pressure on the well-being of millions of children, new measures greatly improved child welfare. The child poverty rate decreased from 14.2 to 28 in 2018 to less than 5.6% in 2021, and the rate of severe poverty was cut in nearly half. Folks, what do you think about this? Is President Biden doing all that it takes to send out the fourth stimulus check? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Here's an important update. I know many of you guys are wondering when Congress is actually going to do something about the fourth stimulus check. So here it is. Congress will be sending out another batch of fourth stimulus payments to Americans. The Social Security Administration is also looking at a new benefit raise for Social Security beneficiaries. Democrats have proposed a new action plan for the Social Security program, and now if you're retired or just about to retire, then next year's Social Security checks are likely to see one of the biggest bumps on record as a result of surging consumer price indexes. The average beneficiary may be in line to get as much as $180 a month starting next January, and anyone living on a fixed income is being hit hard by inflation. And the higher payments will be welcome news for retirees who have seen their household finances squeezed so far this year. As a result of rocketing inflation and turmoil in the financial markets, the consumer price index is up an annual 8.6% through May, the way ahead of the 5.9% annual inflation adjustment handed out to Social Security beneficiaries in January. Meanwhile, retirees with savings in stocks and bonds have seen their portfolio slump with the financial markets. Anyone living on a fixed income is being hit hard by inflation. Social Security checks have lost 9% of their purchasing power in a year. And the annual COLA, which was instituted during the inflationary period of the 1970s, is calculated by comparing consumer prices each summer with prices from the previous year. The Social Security Administration will look at the average CPI numbers for July, August, and September, and compare them to the average for the same 3 months last year. Experts say that we are already on track for the cost of living adjustment for 2023 of at least 7.9%. That's pretty much a guaranteed minimum. The reason? May CPI's figure is already 7.9% above the averages for last year. So even if there are no further price increases in the economy at all for the rest of the summer and throughout the year, we're looking at this level of increase. For an average Social Security benefit at around $1,700 a month, that increase will work out to an extra $120 each month.
My great-grandfather worked in the mines, was a mining engineer, and everybody there was only one word you heard most often in my family. Not a joke. Most important word. It wasn't unions, it was dignity. Dignity. Everyone's entitled to be treated with dignity. My dad, then we moved to a little town. When Cole died, we moved to a town called Claymont, Delaware, just across the line from Pennsylvania, where the Delaware River bends. And used to have over 6,000 steel workers. We're steel. It's all gone now, all of it gone. Used to be a company town, literally. The hills were all company stores, company buildings, but it's gone. And the union movement began to just crumble in Delaware and in Claymont.
In response to rising mortgage rates, the mix of job gains also reflects shifts in consumer behavior. For much of the past 2 years, Americans spent on homes and furnishings and other goods, boosting employment at warehouses and transportation companies. Many Democrats, are upset at Republicans for not agreeing to plan for President Biden's new spending plan. Now, there is actually still billions of dollars in